Hello and welcome to This is Therapy 20 Minutes in the Mind of a Nigerian. I'm so glad you're here. This is a space for honest conversations about our inner lives, the thoughts we carry, the emotions we manage, and the pressures we often do not talk about. Every episode in this podcast is a pause, a chance to slow down, to reflect, and to gently explore what's happening beneath the surface of everyday Nigerian life. This isn't advice, this isn't a diagnosis, and it isn't about having everything figured out. It's about awareness, it's about context, and making space for what we feel. Let's begin. And so today we're going to be talking about one of the most overused, misunderstood, and emotionally loaded sentence that we use in Nigeria, and that is, I am fine. Because if you ask a Nigerian, how are you? And they say, I'm fine. Please understand that you've not received any updates. you've you've just received a summary because saying I'm fine in Nigeria is not particularly honest. It's just I'm alive. Don't stress me. We're pushing. I don't have the emotional bandwidth to download this conversation, or just we're not that close, so you don't need to know the details of what's going on. And I'm fine can mean a lot of things. It can mean I'm going through a lot, but it's none of your business because I don't know you like that. Or I'm going through a lot, but I don't want to burden you. It could also mean I'm tired. I'm tired. But this life no fit pity person. It can also mean that I had a crying session this morning and I've used cold water to cool my face and reset my face. It could also mean that I'm overwhelmed, but I still showed up because I don't have a choice. It can mean I've adjusted to whatever is going on, so there's no point opening it up again. And my personal favorite is that if I start to talk, if I start to talk, I might not stop. And we have things that we have to do, or we're in public, or oh, let's not even go that route. I'll start crying. And so you see, Nigerians don't really answer the question, how are you? We just find a way to manage it. And the crazy thing is, when a person asks you, how are you, they're not expecting you to, most times, most times, the average Nigerian is not expecting you to now start, pouring your problems or be vulnerable. It's just a question that we ask to be sure that, you're not dying, you're not about to collapse, you're generally okay. Sometimes we even sneak in, thank God, I'm fine, oh, thank God, oh. And God is just looking at you like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I think that this comes from a place of, where we've grown up, society, family, and generally the Nigerian culture. Because usually at home, when you are asked, is everything okay? And there's always this aggressive, there's always this aggressiveness. What is wrong with you? Is everything okay? You just say, I'm fine. And it became a defense mechanism because you know that if you tell the truth about what's wrong with you, it will either turn to a lecture, prayer, comparison, or a family meeting that you do not even plan. It can be anything and it's very unpredictable. And if you go to work and someone asks you, how are you? You just say, I'm fine. That I'm fine means I'm stressed, I'm underpaid, I'm overworked, I have bills, my bills don't care about me. But what can we do? Right? And let's not even start to talk about texting. especially WhatsApp. Someone texts you, "Hey, how are you doing?" And you just say, "I'm fine." No emoji, no follow up, no nothing. That you're not fine. You are not fine. Your emotions, cannot be transferred via text. You don't have the strength to start typing how you feel, right? And the thing is, most of us grew up being asked straight questions. Did you eat? Did you pass? Who sent you? What is wrong with you? What's doing you? Nobody really asked a follow up. How does that make you feel? What's going on? And I think, I don't know what the problem is exactly, but I hope that the next generation, have learned from these mistakes and are able to ask proper questions. Because in a Nigerian homes, feelings are not really part of the curriculum. You have to be strong, you have to endure. If anything is wrong with you, go and pray. Remember that other people have it worse. At least you have a roof over your head. And so because of that, we've minimized pain. We've learned to minimize pain. We've learned to turn our trauma into jokes. And those jokes are usually very funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, they're very funny. We've learned to laugh when we're in pain and just say, "Oh, I'm very resilient." We've learned to say, "I'm fine," because explaining what is actually wrong costs energy that we do not have. And sometimes saying "I'm fine" is not that you're lying, no. It's just I'm tired of explaining myself in a country where everybody's also tired. So you know that the person you want to explain to is also going through a lot, and it just it just doesn't make sense to start pouring your problems on them. But then here is the problem. When you keep saying "I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine," you start to believe it. You stop checking on yourself. You stop naming what you feel. You stop asking for help. And one day your body will start speaking because your mouth refused to speak. You'll just be tired, you'll be irritable, you'll be emotionally distant, you'll be numb. And if anybody asks you, even when you are on the verge of crashing, if anybody asks you, "How are you?" you still say, "I'm fine." Healing doesn't begin with pretending, healing begins with honesty. Even if the honesty is small, you don't have to give all of the context, you don't have to give all of the explanation. You can just say, "I'm not okay, but I don't know how to explain it yet." That's progress. So maybe today, instead of "I'm fine, let's try something different, let's spice it up." You can say, "I'm tired, nothing will happen." You can say, "Oh, I'm getting by, I'm managing." You can say, "I'm not okay, but I'll be fine." You can say, "I don't want to talk right now." And when someone asks you how you are and they genuinely mean it, please don't give them the Nigerian default setting. Let somebody help you. And the context here is someone who is your friend or your family, someone who genuinely cares about you. I mean, you can tell strangers and acquaintances that you're fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who genuinely mean "How are you?" Because the next time a Nigerian says "I'm fine," what they might mean is "I'm surviving, I'm getting by." And to be honest, survival is not the same as living. Thanks for spending this 20 minutes with me. If this episode resonated, take a moment to sit with it. You don't need to rush the process. You can follow the podcast for more conversations like this. And if you'd like additional support, details about Neural Services are in the show notes. I hope they reflect. But if they don't, go to our Instagram, Neural Services, or our website, www.neuralservices.org. Take care and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.